Struggle with your running or cardio and you want to improve it? Keep watching to find out how. Welcome back, guys, to another video. So this video we're again watching the Royal Navy IMF. Like I said in my last video, similar kind of style to the first 9 weeks of Royal Marines recruit training in a gymnasium. But Royal Marines are a lot more stricter. But let's get into this video. So yeah, social media, two biggest questions we get is weight training over body weight. Which one is best? So if you want to know the answer to that, go watch out our last video. This video is how to improve your cardio or your running for the Royal Marines. So before we get into it, make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up, also subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and then please do just drop a comment on how this video's helped you or the channel's helped you. It makes a massive difference and also helps us grow as a channel. So thanks for the support over the months and years. So yeah, big question is we get asked quite a lot on social media in our DMs is how to improve our cardio, mainly our running in particular. So that's what I'm going to touch on in this. Camp circuit. So this is a big thing in the Marines, but it's 800 meters. The Navy just done 400 meters, but it's about 800 meters in the Marines, which is savage. So we'll touch on that again in this video, depending on strengths and weaknesses. So yeah, running wise or cardio, it depends. Some people are slow twitch, some people are fast twitch, depending. Myself, I'm fast twitch, so I'm a very powerful, explosive athlete. When it comes to lifting, sprints, stuff like that, like max effort, I'm solid for 3 minutes or less. And then when it comes to long endurance, it's kind of a suck fest. So yeah, there's two different people that you can get, but that's just another topic altogether. So yeah, with this, like I said, it depends on you and yourself. You could be really good at long runs and suffer at short runs, or vice versa. So we're going to touch on improving sprints or your 1.5 mile times, and then also how to improve your longer conditioning pieces, so your aerobic capacity or endurance. So sprint training, short sprints, it's pretty simple. It's just shuttle sprints, hill sprints, and stuff like that. So really nice and explosive, short, sharp sprints. So hill sprints is a massive one because it helps build leg strength, turnover speed, and also that muscle endurance as well when you're driving up the hill. They're doing circuits here now, the old gym circuits. So this is something you will be doing in Royal Marines training, especially in the gymnasium, where they're doing knees to chest on the ropes. Then you would probably be doing feet to beam. We normally do our circuits on the beams, but you'd still do push-ups, burpees. You can see the bottom, they're doing dips. So this is the kind of stuff you should be doing in your circuit training at home. Just getting off topic. So doing bench dips or chair dips, push-ups, burpees, stuff like this. Shuttle sprints in the background, you can see. Just a great way, like again, same way to build that fitness. So stuff like that, shuttle sprints, having a football pitch, sprint it, so stand on the goal line, sprint to the end of the the goalie box, sprint back, sprint to halfway line, sprint back, sprint to the far goal line, sprint back, stuff like that, sprints like that. You can even have cones or put water bottles out or something every 10, 20 meters and doing shuttle sprints back and forth. You can also chuck in exercises. So you could chuck in like 5 burpees, sprint to a cone and back, 5 burpees, next line and back, 5 burpees, next line and back, etc. Stuff like that is a good way of improving your short, sharp sprints and also your fitness as well at the same time. So yeah, shuttle sprints or interval sprints is another one, or hill sprints again is another way to help improve our shorter distances. And then increasing that distance to 400, 800 meters, you want to start looking at times then. So if you got a mile time, trying to think best way to describe this. So you're like resting longer than you're working. So let's say you're doing 800 meter sprints, and say 800 meters took you 5 minutes. So you want to be resting at least 6 to 8 minutes, so you're able to recover and repeat the same thing. And again, you want to be running the intervals like max effort, but you're able to recover. So if the first one was done in 5 minutes, the next 6 should all be 5 minutes as well, and it shouldn't be a drop off. If there is a drop off, then you need to rest longer. Remember, we're training here, so you want to try and get those paces spot on, and you want to recover so you can sustain that effort and it is repeatable. So it's pointless if you're running 400 meters in 5 minutes and then you rest and then you go again, but the next one takes you 6 minutes, the next one takes you 8 minutes, the next one takes you 10 minutes, then you're getting nothing from that. You're pretty much just learning to suffer instead of teaching your body about hitting those paces and improving. So that's one way. Another one is run and walk recovery. So you could do a 400 meter run, 400 meter walk recovery, 400 meter run, 400 meter walk recovery. But again, that same thing with that 400 meter walk recovery, you should be at the end of that 400 meters, you should be fully recovered and able to repeat the same time as the previous 400 meter run. They're doing shuttle sprints now in a gym, you can see this. So this is used quite a lot, and I highly recommend doing this in your training because you will be doing it in recruit training as well. So yeah, hill sprints, short, sharp, intervals, you got 400, 800s, distances, even going up to a K. So like I said, make sure it is repeatable and sustainable. And then when it comes to endurance, so really help improving that aerobic capacity, and this will help improve everything. So the bigger your aerobic base or your aerobic foundation, the quicker you'll recover during runs, quicker you'll recover during sessions, and stuff like that. So if you are on the gym doing sprints like this and you're going max effort, while you're resting, if you got a bigger aerobic base than the guy next to you, you will recover a lot quicker than he will, just due to your aerobic base being a lot bigger. So this is the foundation of fitness. The bigger your aerobic base, the fitter you can get, and the faster you'll recover during sessions or during intervals like this. So how to improve aerobic capacity? It is really low speed, steady state cardio. So a big one a lot of lads in the military do is bike ride, because it's just low impact. Lads can be doing long distance runs because their body's just broken, bad knees, bad hips, just the impact we've had from being in the Marines, in training, and just during the job. Our knees and hips have just taken a beating. So bike rides is a big one. Like I said, it's low impact. You just sat down and you're still working the lungs and the legs, building that aerobic base. It's just a lot better on the body. But with bike rides, it needs to be like 2 to 4 hours. Again, it needs to start low. So if you haven't ridden a bike for like a long distance before, then obviously just go for like an hour bike ride. Maybe 2 weeks later, obviously you're riding an hour every like once or twice a week, but every like 2 weeks, increase the time. So it could be an hour 20, an hour 40, or it could be an hour 30, 2 hours. Just slowly increase that distance and let your body adapt to the stimulus it's going through. Don't just go straight into a 2 hour or 4 hour bike ride, because you probably will crash. And I don't mean like come off your bike, I mean energy wise crash. Especially, and you want to try and find quiet roads where you can just hit basically full speed and just keep that pace the whole time. So don't go for a bike ride through the town where you got to slow down, start, stop, start. You want to find a really quiet, like lane country roads where you can just basically hit a high speed or hit a speed and just keep going at that speed for as long as possible. Like I said, for at least hour, 2 hours, maybe more if possible. So that's a great way to improve your aerobic conditioning. Running wise, again, same thing. You want to start small and build over time. So if you are new to running, maybe start with half an hour every 2 weeks. So you run half an hour week 1, half an hour week 2, week 3, you then add 5 minutes. So then go 35 minutes the week after, 35 minutes the week after, 40 minutes. So every 2 weeks, just add 5 minutes. And again, you just want to keep slowly building until you get to like 60 minutes or 90 minutes of just nice, easy, steady state running. I got a question with this is pace-wise. Pace-wise is you want to be able to run or sustain this effort for, let's say, 4 hours. So if you're going for a 60-minute run, at the end of that 60 minutes, you should not be dying or struggling to run anymore. At the end of the 60 minutes, you should still be able to run for another 3-4 hours after that. So that's the kind of pace you want to be doing. It's a pace you should be able to run for 4 hours. Plus, if you've got a heart rate monitor or a watch that does your heart rate, it's basically zone 2 work. So make sure you sat in that zone 2 going forward. But like I said, if you haven't got a fancy watch or heart rate monitor, then it's just finding that pace that you can maintain for 4 hours and not just that 60-minute or the time frame you're running for. So that's another way on how to improve your aerobic capacity. Running wise, we've touched on bike, and then the other great way is swimming. So swimming is another great one, low impact. The water just takes all stress off the body and joints. And again, it's just a good way to build fitness. So again, you want to try and swim for 60 minutes non-stop, longer if you can. But again, that's just something that's going to build over time. You ain't going to jump in a pool and be able to swim 60 minutes non-stop. It may just be half an hour, maybe less. And like I said, every week or every 2 weeks, just try and increase the time you're swimming over time. So if you, week 1, you go in a pool and you can only swim for 30 minutes non-stop, that's fine. Next week, try and go 35 minutes non-stop. The week after, 40 minutes, and just keep building like that. And again, swimming, like I said, it helps improve your pulling, especially if you're doing front crawl, and that pulling will lead to your pull-ups. I've done it before where competing in CrossFit, one of the competitions had swimming in it, so I had to train swimming. So I done an 8-week training block, 8-week or 10-week training block leading up to the competition of just swimming. And I found a massive improvement in my pull-ups as well, my pull-ups endurance, where I've been pulling through the water, using my lats with swimming. It carried over to my pull-ups, which helped basically double my pull-ups. So don't think you're losing fitness or losing stuff by jumping in the pool and swimming for 60 minutes. Certain stuff in certain exercises or movements help improve your fitness overall. Like I said, swimming can help with your pull-ups. Bike rides will help with your running, because you're basically still working your legs and your lungs. Your legs will be burning like hell on a bike ride if you're doing it properly. And then when it comes to running, your legs won't be as tired because you've been putting the work in on the bike. So there's just a couple of different ways on how you can improve your cardio or your running going forward. Again, if this video helped you, click that like button. Also put in the comments that it's helped you, and I'll see you in the next video.